New this morning, ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft allow users to request a ride with a few simple clicks on their smartphone. The convenience has caused these apps to explode in popularity across the country and in cities downstate.
So they're so successful in other places, why aren't they available here in northern Michigan? 7 at 4's Brett Cast joins us live from Leelanau County with some answers this morning. Hey Brett, good morning.
Good morning, Tom and Melissa. In 527 cities throughout the United States, anyone who with a valid driver's license who can pass a background check can hop into their own car and then drive for a fare. However, none of those 527 cities are located inside of northern Michigan. You can find a lot in northern Michigan, but an Uber or a Lyft driver, well, that's one thing you won't find. So if you're walking downtown in Traverse City and you're trying to hail an Uber, this is the message you're going to find. It's going to say, when you type in the address, unfortunately, Uber is currently unavailable in your area. Well, let's try the Lyft app and you're going to get the same response. Lyft is not yet available here. We reached out to both Uber and Lyft, and Uber responded saying, quote, the goal of Uber is to be in every zip code in the U.S., so Traverse City, Michigan is on the roadmap. We don't have a firm timeline yet.
I think it would be fantastic. I think the more transportation options that you provide people, the better.
Benjamin Marentet is the city clerk in Traverse City and has been here for 17 years, but has experienced ride-sharing services in other cities.
I've personally used Uber and Lyft in various cities that I've traveled to. I think it's very convenient.
Got a lot of available cabs at the moment, unfortunately.
On the flip side, Doug Dornbos is the owner of Cherry Capital Cab and feels it would be very tough for ride-sharing services to operate in northern Michigan.
It's hard here to not have, half or more of your miles to be without a passenger, and somebody's got to pay for that.
However, there are other nights during the year where the opposite happens.
For instance, the final night of Cherry Festival, when the fireworks get done and there's a lot of people in town, both local and tourists, that need a cab, it's hard to service all the demand that night.
And if Uber and Lyft decide to come to northern Michigan, due to a new law the state passed, they would all fall under the same regulation as taxis.
The state of Michigan has now passed a law that disallows cities from regulating taxi cabs or any vehicle that's for hire for a fare.
I think the fact that everyone will fall under some regulation seems to level the playing field a little bit, and it's good in that way.
So while there's no timeline as to when ride-sharing apps could come to northern Michigan, Dornbos and others expect it's only a matter of time.
Do I think they'll ever be here someday? I would imagine they'll get their algorithm figured out, and sooner or later they'll have an algorithm for small towns. But
I would love to see it here. Whether or not they can make it work, that would remain to be seen, but we'd certainly be willing to work to help support them.
Yeah, now in response to that new law in Michigan, which goes in effect on March 21st, the Traverse City Council at their upcoming meeting will possibly be getting rid of all taxi cab regulations, which Marentet says is just housekeeping due to the fact that local governments will no longer be able to regulate them anyway. Reporting in Traverse City, Brett Cast, 7 at 4 News.